Hey guys, Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am going to bring you something I haven't done in a while, which is kind of a haul. I didn't go shopping. I went to my sister's. She was cleaning out all of her fabrics. She had a ton of fabric because of different projects, varying sewing projects, quilting projects. Her mother-in-law quilts and was showing her and her daughter how to quilt, and anyway, she collected up a whole ton of fabrics, and she's been going through and kind of like me trying to declutter her house. So she asked me if I could use any of the fabrics. So we are going to look at everything I got at my sister's while I was gone. So sit back, grab a snack, get a drink, and let's get into some fabrics. Okay. First of all, I feel like it's only fair to warn you that there are a few other things in here besides fabrics, but there's a ton of fabrics. So, like I said, she was doing the quilting thing, so there's a ton of, I love this textured white. So she was, quilting squares. There's lots of these already cut into squares, nice and ready to use for I don't know what, but stuff. I'm kind of excited to do maybe some of that thing where we make patchwork covers. Now, this fabric is really thin, so if I do glue it down and try to make patchwork covers out of it, it's going to have to be, I don't know. That fabric there is really thin. Okay, but there's all of this. This is a pink. These are florals here. And then there's all of this. I love this. This kind of, when I run out of this, because I start using it, it's kind of batik fabric. I love this. And there was tons of it in all different colors. I've got more in bigger pieces. There's green and purple. There's a bunch of this. I love this bright. Now, some of this I can, coffee dye. And we can tone it back some. Look, here's some more of that kind of batik. This is almost like it's the background for that. I mean, this stuff is so pretty. I loved these. As soon as she said she was getting rid of her fabrics, this was the first thing I thought of. Because I had seen them in her stash before. And I was like, I want to get my hands on her fabrics. And for the longest time, she was like, no. Because she was using them for stuff. But then she decided that nobody was sewing anymore. They just didn't have time with all the other activities. Kids grow up, grow out of stuff, whatever. And there was no more quilting or anything going on. I know I'm like, we'll call this hauling and sorting because I'm kind of sorting this fabric as I go. But yeah, so she finally decided to pare down so that it would all, because she also had it in tons of plastic bins all up and down this big tall bookcase. And she said one of the reasons that one of the things she's paring down for is she's getting rid of that bookcase. So she doesn't want to have to worry about what to do with all the fabric. So lucky me. Look at it all. I love this. It's like, has anybody ever done batik? I've seen it on videos before where you put something that will resist your dyes. Like, usually it's wax. I'm pretty sure it's wax. You paint a design on your fabric with some sort of wax that will resist your fabric dye. And then you dye the fabric. And in this case, they dyed it. I mean, just really cool watercolory kind of idea. And you dye the fabric, and then you wash the wax out. And it leaves the patterns behind. That's my understanding. Now, one of you can tell me if I'm wrong, way off base, but that's what I think it is. This plain white fabric will be great to stamp on. I'm going to have fun with that. We're going to stamp on that. Okay, and then we have, and what I think is funny, extra funny about this is I just started that series. You've seen, by the time you've seen this, you've definitely seen my, I brought back my making from my mess videos. We started that back up, and we're in the middle of a scraps series. Yeah. So let's add to the scraps, why don't we? She's giving me all this. Now I'm going to have bins. Okay, this isn't batiqued yet, but it's that kind of tie-dye, watercolor dye fabric. Here's some. These are all just really nice together. I am trying to kind of keep like fabrics together just because I'm hoping that it'll help me down the road when I'm ready to store them and when I want to use them. Because right now all my fabrics are massively disorganized. Anyway, so yeah, this was my fun trip to my sister. I couldn't believe it when she said, "So, do you want fabric?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I knew those are triangles. I don't know how easily I'll use those, but doesn't mean I won't try. I like this. Some of this stuff was stuffed down in this bag and I couldn't see it. I really like these patches. So, yeah. I mean, this is kind of, like I said, this is kind of a half sorting, half haul video. So how is everybody doing? Are you guys making fun journals? And we're going to be getting back into, like I said, I was away for a week, so I haven't worked on the journals that we've been working on, the calendar journal and the apple orchard journal. I haven't worked on them yet since I've been back. And they didn't go with me. I just don't have that kind of time at my sister's. And yeah, so wow, this is really cool. Look at that. So I did no crafting for a week, but I stay really busy at her house. But we are going to be jumping back into those next. I did these because I wanted to get this one done, and I wanted to start the scraps. Oh, that's a heart. Look at that. That's cute. I wanted to start the scrap series back up again. These ones don't have any pink lace on them. Maybe I'll keep them out separate. So not to worry. You haven't missed anything. Don't go hunting through and looking to see if you've missed a video. You didn't. I am going to be taking another trip, so I'm trying to plan some videos ahead. That was the other reason I wanted to get this shot. I wanted to unpack all this fabric, but I also wanted to have, this is giving me videos filmed for getting ready to go away for another week. No crafting while I'm gone. Maybe crafting while I'm gone. I don't know. I would have to see whether or not I could pack something up. I might just use the time to work on some, when I'm gone, I might just use the time to work on some journaling kits. There's a bunch of this. You know me and polka dots, guys. This is great. I'm loving all these polka dots. Oh, this all seems to be sorted pretty good. This might not take much longer in this one bag. I still have tons to go through. I shouldn't be taking this long on this one bag, but I hadn't even opened this bag, so I had no idea what was in it. Okay. Oh, she cut out a circle. Got a few shapes up there. Oh, that's the other thing. I can make yo-yos out of some of this. That'll be fun. If I cut these into circles, I can make some well, maybe not that. But I can make some yo-yos out of some of these. Okay, so this was this plastic bag. All right, we're going to keep all these batiqued fabrics together. I'm going to put the bag over here. There's the polka dots. And this kind of seersucker stuff. This is I'm going to pile all these together. We're going to keep all these bright colors together. Put that right there. I haven't done one of these in a while, guys. I'm prepping for a haul thumbnail. We all know how that goes. Well, if you've never seen one of my haul videos, maybe you don't, because it's been a while since I've done one. You'll have to go back and check out my haul playlist. I have some nice big hauls. I have old hauls from when I was first getting started. Okay, now, there might be, this is one of the bags, Big Trader Joe's bag she gave me. And I get a bag out of it, because I've been wanting to make one of those big paper bag journals. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, she got rid of a cutter. I got another cutter. Okay. Oh, and it just fell on the floor. All right. Here's another. Now we're getting into like scrappy strips and stuff like that. So we've got and as you can see, they match a lot of the fabrics. This would come from the fact that she was going to be making quilts out of it, I would assume. Here's a square we can put over there. Oh, here's some more squares. But there's a lot of these strips. And I probably somewhere in here have fabric, like pieces of fabric to match some of these. Is that another square? Well, kind of. I'll put it with the squares. All right, here's, look, see, strips. Look at this. I love it. Oh, here's lace. Look, lace, guys. All right, I'm going to get those are my cleaning rags. We're going to put lace right there. Okay, there's another strip. There's a big green strip. Here's a big green piece. Oh, it's sticky. I think she put heat bond on it. Maybe somebody can tell me. Whatever that is. Is that heat bond? If it doesn't bond right? Okay, so this is kind of a scrappy piece. We like scrappy pieces. It's got a green pattern in it. I don't know if you can see that or if you'll be able to see that, but it's kind of a green with a green pattern in it. And then here's some more of the... These are cut into little rectangles, kind of. I don't think these are folded. Yeah, they're not squares folded in half. They're little rectangular strips. Do those. I'm just going to put them up there for... Okay, and then she had all this patterned fabric. No scrap goes. And I thought these were a lot of fun. They're squares like that. And I did not take all of them, but, you know, she's pinked out these squares that are... Oh, Lord, guys, I did it again. I lost my ruler. I had a ruler out here yesterday that I was using. Hold on. I'll find it. We'll use my big one. So these are 10-inch squares. I'm assuming they're squares. Yeah, they're 10-inch squares. So we've got the crabs. We've got tacos. Don't ask me. Some of these I'm not sure why I took. I think it was because I thought, wouldn't these be fun if I made like a food journal of some sort, something like that. I mean, okay, playing cards. Love that. Ladybugs. Stars and stripes. Well, stars with stars and stripes. I love this one. I got cakes and cookies. Not enough baked goods in the world, right? Cakes and cookies. Oh, and this Paris one I loved. Isn't that pretty? I love that. It's right up our alley. All collagey and whatnot. Here's watermelon. I thought this would go in a fun, like, summer picnic journal or something like that. Okay, and then we have butterflies. I also want to do like a back to school style journal or something to that effect, or this could be an arts and crafts journal. I mean, crowns were cute. This is math. I like these puzzle pieces. Okay, and then we have whales. I think I actually took a bunch of these 10-inch squares from her, so. Ooh, and chickens. I thought this would be fun in a farm journal. I also have more chicken fabric. Heck, I could probably do a chicken journal. Okay. And then gnomes. You know me and gnomes, guys. Here's another piece of batik scrap. We have jellyfish. We have lemons. We have anchors. Dragonflies. I thought the colors on that were gorgeous. And it's got like gold outline. We've got old cars. Believe it or not, I do want to do an old cars journal. Tropical fish. Tomatoes. I thought this license plate fabric was really cool. Okay, and then we have this. This is not, okay, this is not a square. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a square. So we have a bigger piece here. This is like military, nurses, firefighters, first responders. I think this is first responder fabric. So we have that. This is another square. Okay. Hearts. I thought this was kind of cool. I thought this would be fun in a Valentine journal. I also am going to make a like heart journal. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Okay, this is nursing fabric. I was gonna say I don't want to unfold it all the way, but I'm kind of curious to see how big it is. I just don't like folding it back up. I know, I'm lazy. All right, so there we go. So for nursing, I think, so my baby sister became a nurse, and I think she was the middle sister was going to make a quilt for her. Okay, now we have a chunk of, this is kind of thin, but I thought these sleeping owls were adorable. And there's got to be some children's book or something, some journal I can use this in. I love the little sleeping owls. I thought they were adorable. So when she was asking me about the fabrics, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that one. Okay, let's see. We're going to do all the fabric first, and then I'll go back in and we'll get out all the interesting little doodads. All the interesting extra doodads. This is a heavy fabric. Almost like a duck fabric, but it's an upholstery fabric, I'm sure. I thought it would make cool backgrounds for stuff. Decent amount of that there. All right, now the rest of this bag that is here is doodads. So we'll get into that in a minute. I'm going to go into the other bag. All right, there was a ton of this. It feels like a stiff sheet. So not a heavy fabric, but I have a ton of it. There's little pieces here. And then it starts getting thicker. Like the fold, I can feel there's more there. And then this is all one piece. Ton of it there, and then another little piece. So I have a ton of this. Who knows? Maybe a couple of those pieces will end up in a bundle of some sort that goes out. Oh, loved this. So this is that farm. Is that not gorgeous? Love that. It's a good thickness. And we have this. This was Flower Fairies. I thought this was adorable. Look at that. And it's even got some glitter on the wings, on the butterflies. I mean, eventually I'm going to make a fairy journal. And I even have this. This reminds me of a lot of the stuff that's in those Olexy books that I tore apart. I have a video on that as well if you want to see it. But this reminds me of those. So if I do a journal that includes that stuff, this fabric will go great. So excited about that. Oh, here's a big piece of squares. I have these squares, and then I have this big piece of that. Okay. Here's some more of that. Okay, and then I have this. This is really cool. This is definitely heavy. I want to say my sister said this was duck fabric. Look at those big graphic flowers. Are those not awesome? I think those are great. I think that would make a great, well, first of all, we've done fabric toppers, so I think it would make great toppers, but I also think it would make great just fabric cover for hard pieces of book. And then, of course, you could cut them out. I have some stickers that are done like that, where you have like a big amorphous circle of color, and then they drew the outline of a flower in the color. I've got some stickers that look like that, so that's kind of cool. All right. We have this. This has an edging on it. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I thought it was really cute. Again, for like a summer picnic journal. Strawberries. Let's move this out of the way. I don't think I have any more of these squares. Okay. Oh, but I do have chocolates. Look at that. I love that. Okay, I don't know if I want to do a chocolate journal or a chocolate and coffee journal. Maybe I'll do one of each. I don't know. Okay, now as far as those batiqued materials go, we are going to be coming across those as we go. Here's some of the green, the light green. I don't remember if there was light green squares, but here's some of the light green. And then here's some more of the dark green squares. So we'll put these up here with these. And then there's this kind of rainbow. Love that. Oh, and there's a ton of it. I have a whole bunch of it. I want to say this was the fabric that was the back of my niece's quilt. So there was a whole ton of it. Yeah. I'm not crying. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, and then she had some that she hadn't opened. I'm pretty sure these are just like from a dollar store or something. They're not heavy fabric. It's not like a heavy weight or anything. It's like a thin sheet, like maybe 200 thread count. It's not a thick. They don't do thread counts on this kind of stuff, but thought it was cute. So, okay, and then here we have, this is that batik kind of a look, but it's neutrals, which, since I like this look so much, I love this. I actually want to do this to paper and see how it turns out. My problem is I don't know how to get the wax out of it once you've got the wax in it. I don't know how to get the wax out. I suppose you could put a piece of absorbent cloth over it and maybe heat it up and iron it out. I don't know. If any of you know, share in the comments below. Let me know. Look at this. This again is thick. And there's a lot of it. I mean, I'm still going and it's still rolling. So, yeah. Guys, I'm not going to have to buy fabric for a while. Oh, look, it goes with that. I wonder if that's why she bought this guy. Okay, and then I've got this, and I've got it in this color. It's cotton poofy things. This is also a thick. So I got those, which go really well with that. And then we got this striped fabric, which I love. This is also a little bit heavier. So we got a couple of those. And, oh, there's more of that. Hold on. How much of that do I have? A lot. There's a lot of it down here. Okay, when I've got lots of sections like this, I don't know, some of them, I might end up being, you know, generous, like my sister was generous with me, and sticking some of them in those bundles I'm trying to make. I haven't started making those. We might do those on camera so that you guys can see what's in them. Look at this Paris fabric. Love it. There's a lot of this too. This is a thin, like a sheet. Yeah. A starched sheet, mind you, but a sheet. So, more Paris fabric. Where'd my other Paris fabric go? Did I bury it? I have no idea. Okay, and then we have this, which I thought was really cute. I have scrapbook paper that looks like that. And then I thought this was interesting. This is an upholstery fabric. I don't know what she was going to use it for, because if you put that on a chair, I feel like those would be uncomfortable to sit on. It is an upholstery fabric, definitely. But it's got bling already attached. I'm trying to get all the loose stuff out of the bottom. Okay, here's some more of the tiki fabric. This has, look at it, it's butterflies and leaves. I mean, you can tell, and dragonflies. I love that. And there's a ton of this one. Oh, I am so excited. Here's some more scraps. Look. This is the kind of stuff you end up hoarding and not wanting to do anything with because you're afraid you're going to run out. Yeah. This is not the batik, but it's got a cool pattern on it. It's kind of a thin, it's like sheets, but it's got a good thread, a better thread count. So it's not like a cheap sheet. Does that make sense? It feels like a maybe 400 or 500 thread count, whereas this feels like a 200 thread count. If you've ever shopped for sheets and looked at that as you bought, you'll know what I mean. Okay. And she gave me some of these that she bought. I thought the lemons were really cute. These, you get these at like Walmart, you know, the Waverly fat quarters. This is a fat quarter. And here's another one of whatever this brand is. It's flowered old-fashioned trucks. You guys know me in the old-fashioned trucks. I can't pass those up. And then here's some more of that kind of watercolory flowers. And here's a whole thing of this, which I think goes really well with some of those other rose fabrics. If I decide to do a floral journal, I got tons of fabric for that. Okay. I believe... Oh, look at that. There are a ton of lace. Oh, it says, she labeled it. She was going to make a christening gown out of these. I guess it was going to be a quilted christening gown. I'm not really sure. But it's a ton more of the white squares, the ones with the texture in them, and then the ones that are just the ribbed with a lace, strip of lace on them. I'm just going to keep these in this bag. Okay. All right, and then I have this. Look at this. Guys, I don't even know. Maybe I'll be nice and share some of this. Is that not gorgeous? I can't. When this fabric runs out, I'm going to be sad. I might actually cry the day I use the last of some of this. I also don't think it's all going to make the thumbnail, but, you know, that happens a lot. I like this. Well, we've had some squares of this. I feel like this isn't, like, new. And now we get into some, like, yellows and stuff, because we didn't have any of those before. They were mostly purples and blues and cool colors, but there's some warm colors in here, too. Although we did see this yellow before. And then there's spots. And this, which is just like, this just looks tie-dyed. Or splatter-dyed, or, you know, where you just squirt colors on and you let them soak however they soak. which sounds like a ton of fun, and I might have to do that. Okay. And we have some of that. Here's blue. I can't believe she was getting rid of all this. I was so excited. This reminds me of that Ciao Bella scrapbook kit that I got to do the ocean flip-flop, the steampunk ocean. These are the colors. If I ever redo a journal with that kit, I'm going to use that fabric in it. Okay, guys. That's all the fabric. It's time to move on to the fun little extra doodads. Extra doodads meaning ribbon, like I needed more of this. So we got some lace. We got some, I love this stuff, this trim, because I cut these flowers apart. So, see if I can find an end. Okay, so you see how they're, well, like somebody cut that one in half. But you see how they're like little fluffy flowers? I cut those off and glue them down as individual flowers. Or centers of bigger flowers. Because these are small, so they would make really cool centers for bigger flowers. But that's what I usually use these for. As a matter of fact, I went to Joann Fabrics when they were doing their sale to get rid of stuff. I actually got a whole bunch of these in cream or white or both. I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on. Polka dots. Now this is wired, and I'm seriously considering like using it minus the wire, I guess would be the best way to put it. Okay, and then we got some blue satin ribbon. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. Somebody said I could make flowers, but I don't know how. I suppose it's something I'd have to look up. And then there's this. This is like a giant strip of fine grosgrain ribbon. It's got wires, but it's like ribbed, like grosgrain, but not thick. Oh, here's some more of that polka dot. And then I've got, oh, her boys all play baseball or t-ball. So these ribs are bigger than these. The ribs in this grosgrain, and then I have some orange grosgrain here that she got rid of. So, all right, I'm gonna just put these back in here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, what's in this one? Ooh, fancy things. Let's see. A whole thing of purple netting or lavender netting tulle. I don't know if I'll use that. Pearls. These would be fun to use on covers. So, might use that. Alright, what do we got? Oh, there's more of that, more of those flowers. See, I would cut the netting off, and again, I would use the individual flowers. So we got some more of those. Look, they all go with that fabric. Here's some trim. These are the same, kind of embroidered gray and silver trim. And I'm not really sure what this is. Oh, it's all one spool, whatever it is. So there's this, let's do that. Okay, so there's this weird vinyl scalloped stuff. I don't know, just what you guys want to watch me do is wind stuff back around its spool. Okay, and then there's this, oh, this goes over here. This is got little puff balls on the end of it. And then this is a velvet ribbon. And then this is like eyelash trim, which I don't really have a lot of. And then this is almost like, oh, this is loop trim. And then you have this scalloped sort of vinyl trim. And I guess they're all meant to be used together. I'll just set it right there. And then this is just a bag of satin ribbon. So yellow, green, and red, which I could use to make bows. Remember when we did that? Tina's Mass Makes? Tons and tons of bows. I'm trying to keep this somewhat organized. It's not working. Maybe I should have called this a fabric and ribbon haul. Goodness. I didn't even realize I got this much. Okay, so this is Grosgain with gold polka dots in that kind of peachy color. Oh, where did that come from? These are a good width for ribbons, or bows, I mean. I'm pretty sure this is a good width for bows. I might have to sit down and try it. See what I come up with. Okay, because then I also have this, which is that, but green. So, again, really cute bows. Or those little folded ribbon loops. Here's the Greek key, or whatever they call this. Isn't that what that's called? A Greek key or something? I don't remember. Okay. And then I have giraffe. I actually found myself a big salad fork. We might actually do it on camera at one point. I found myself a big salad fork to try Tina's fork method with bigger ribbon. I don't know if this might be too big, but this is leopard print satin ribbon. Okay, and then that's just yellow satin ribbon. This is, I'm pretty sure that's ducks. Yep. That's ducks. I'm running out of space. Here's owls. There's not a lot of this. It would go really cute with the sleeping owls. It's just probably one little strip on there left. So I'm sure I'll find something to use that for. Here's some zebra print Grosgain. So we got a whole zoo going on over there. Here's pink satin. I might try it with something that thick on the salad fork. I don't know. I'm dropping a lot of the plain ribbon down in the bag, not to bother trying to fit it into the thumbnail. Here is, oh, so I have this in pink, green, and this kind of aqua blue. This is pretty. I like this. And hopefully it'll make really cute bows. Okay, and then I have green and black, orange and black Grosgain. Oh, and then big fat orange Grosgain. So I'm ready for Halloween. Here's another thing of orange Grosgain. Oh, there's two things of those owls. Here's another one. That one hasn't been opened. All right, so I got the owls. We have this Grosgain ribbon has gold bows on it. I don't know if I'll make bows out of the bow ribbon, but I'd be able to use it as a border or something. Here's pink polka dot Grosgain that hasn't been opened. And just so you know, before I can do anything as far as a crafting video, I have to clean my desk off. Puppy paws, not been opened. This is satin with polka dots. I like the size of those polka dots on there. And the other side is striped. Wait. Okay, so you got polka dots on this side. If you turn it over, it's striped. That's fun. I wonder what that would do if I tried to make a bow out of it. All right. The other thing she gave me, I got some more fabric flowers that I have to go through and take apart. I liked that these were, I think these are a good size. And the whites make good background flowers or centers for some of my bigger colorful flowers. And of course, if they're the neutral white, greenish, whatever, you can stick anything you want in the middle of them, right? You see that through there? Yeah. So a ton of flowers that I have to go through. A bag of wooden buttons. I like these. They're all kind of, I would say they're almost like mandala. It's like a kaleidoscope mandala type pattern on all the buttons. So we got buttons. Let's see what this is. Oh, these are burlap bags. And they're still in there. I'm guessing this is the shipping packaging. Oh, check this out. She gave me a whole thing of craft paper tags. Is that not fun? This might have to be a mixed media project where we go down and put all kind of paint and stuff all over them. Play with them. See what we can make. I might have to go down to my mixed media room. I mean, I could use some of them just as... they are, as craft tags. But I think it would be fun to do some artsy things on them. Okay, and then she gave me these. These are, as they say up there, fashion tidbits. This one's squashed, but it looks like a fuzzy flower. But I mean, it would be fun to stick on something, right? So there's that one. Oh, there's a pink one. There's these pink roses. I think that whole thing is held together as one piece, but I'm betting I could get it apart. We're going to try real daggone hard because I don't want to use it I don't want to use it as one piece. And then she gave me these, which are on barrettes. Let's take a look. I told her, I said I didn't care if they were on barrettes because I can disassemble them. So I'm hoping that that is true. The glue that is gluing the barrette to the felt is stronger than what's gluing the felt to the flowers. And that whole thing is wanting to come apart now. It's sewn and I broke it. So I might have to go in there and futz with it. But isn't that cool? So yeah. And then I have 2 more on there. So those will be fun to play with. And we got these. Those are stickers. Here's some letter stickers. I thought these would be fun to just stick in some sort of little golden book journal. I know the cellophane. I don't really want to take them out right now, though. At least I have a sticker drawer to put them in. Okay, and then she gave me this box. And in this box is... Look, mini brads. I love these. I'm excited about those, guys. There's also more buttons. What do we got in here? Oh, chipboard letters. And these little chipboard curlicues. And lots of thin ribbon. Most of it white. A couple of light blues. So, but anyway, guys, I've held on to you long enough. This was it. This was what I got. My sister cleaning out her basement, and voila. So I'm going to have fun. Well, I'm not going to have fun now. I have to clean up my mess and put everything away, but I'm going to have fun using it. Does that count? So I will see you guys in the next video, and we will... Let's see, what have you watched? Well, no, we did crafting in the last video. It just happened to be scraps. We're going to work on the journals. We're going to get into the calendar journal and the apple journal next. So come back and join me, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.